Welcome back to the Career Cravings podcast. And this week, Career Cravings Live is actually happening. Literally this week, it's one day in the heart of Toronto. We are going to be filming the podcast live, and I'm throwing a career conference because why the not? So it's literally happening this Thursday. If you've been thinking about joining us now, this is literally your last chance. There's a couple of tickets left, so you can swipe up in the show notes and save your seat. It's going to be amazing. Everything is planned. I am so ready. I'm like buzzing. I'm getting so many messages from you guys saying that you're so excited to be there. Quick rundown of what is happening that day. It's going to be amazing. So, not only are we filming the podcast live, so if you've been listening, if you're a fan of the podcast, I need to meet you in person. Like, this is literally the launch party that Career Cravings should have had when I launched it in February, but we're throwing it now and bigger and better than ever. So come out to the conference. I'm going to have real recruiters looking for talent there. I will also have HR professionals from top organizations and speakers. There will be free headshots for you when you come with my personal photographer as well, which is going to be so much fun. And baristas, delicious coffees and teas and lunch as well. So come on out. I can't wait to meet you, have lunch with you, record the podcast with you. And you're going to be networking in a room full of people that get it. Also, if you are looking for your next HR role right now, you really cannot miss this. So this is literally the only HR conference that is focused with the sole goal of getting you hired. So if you haven't saved your seat yet, you literally can do that right now. The conference is happening August 14th, this Thursday on King Street in Toronto. So if you are in Toronto, amazing. I can't wait to see you there. And if you live near Toronto or you want to fly in, even better. So this is the event to reset your career, finally make that move that you've been craving and to get inspired. Head to the show notes, swipe up and grab your seat now. If you have any questions, of course, send me a DM on LinkedIn, Instagram, all the things. And I think we have less than 5 spots left for general admission. So save your seat, get in the room, let's freaking go. And I will see you this Thursday. Hey, it's Irina Pozan, and welcome back to the Career Cravings podcast. This podcast has a simple mission. It's to help ambitious professionals like you build the career and life that you've been craving. Over the past 15 years, I've worked as an HR leader, designed hiring systems, led recruitment teams, and I've sat on the other side of the hiring table. I've seen what works in today's job market, what doesn't, and what separates those good candidates from the ones that actually land their dream roles. Now I'm bringing everything I've learned straight to you. Each episode is packed with actionable insights and tools to help you land your dream role sooner. Now let's dive in. If you're rewriting your resume for every job and still not getting calls, you need to listen to today's episode, because that's exactly what Mayuri was doing. She had applied for over a year. She was ghosted repeatedly, rejected, burnt out, and not receiving the calls. She even spent $7,000 on another coach's program that did not work. And then everything changed. She joined HR Star, and within 24 hours, she landed an interview and she landed a dream offer in under 60 days. She raised her confidence, and she breaks down exactly what she did step by step in today's episode. So if you are wondering what is happening with today's market, why it's difficult to get your resume noticed, this episode is for you. So let's dive in. Mayuri, I'm so excited to have you here today. Thank you so much for agreeing to join the podcast. And I'm so excited to dive into your story because it will inspire a lot of people, especially knowing that this has been a really long time coming. I know you've been searching for like a year and 4 months, and the day is finally here. So I would love to dive into your journey, what happened, and all of that. So let's start with the good news then. I remember everything happened so fast for you.
Yeah.
So take us back to where were you before we connected? So I know we were talking here and there, but before you joined HR Star, how long have you been applying and what made you join? Like, where were you at before?
Okay, so before I start, I give you the reason why I landed up in this situation. So I was working with the very well-known organization, a multinational company, Amazon, as senior HR assistant with the vast, diverse culture there. Unfortunately, I was part of downsizing decision, and once the layoff was announced, I was on my maternity leave. So they gave me really good time just in case anything comes up internally. My maternity leave ended, but you know, organization was not having any role for me by the time. So I ended up my journey there and started working and looking after my infant that time. So I spent 1 good year. At the same time, I started looking passively, not actively, passively into market. Like I'm out of market from like more than 1 year, how it is going, what are the current trends and all. But from past 2 years, market is facing recession, even for experienced people. So I was in that shoe, even having really good experience in my domain, in my HR career, but I was not able to get a position where, which is suitable to me and I'm best fit for them. That's where my frustration started becoming, my worry that how things will work in future. It's been almost months on months and months. It's been almost a year now. How things will work, and all of a sudden one day on my LinkedIn, you appeared, and I was like, this looks good. But that's how we started, and yeah, this was my start to, when you're looking for something and you are desperate to get a job, you will try all the possible ways. You will reach out to your references, you will work with your previous connections. I was blessed to have few connections from my past experience, past workplace. They are still good leaders and coaching and providing support. Your work was completely different from them, which shaped me, how I should boost myself for a restart and what things I would need and how I need to frame everything to get in that correct, I was a perfect fit of a job. So yeah, that's how we started.
I love that. Oh my goodness. So having a little tiny baby at home, being laid off at the same time, and then job searching passively for a year is still a year. It's so long, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
apply. And at that point, were you landing interviews in that year?
I did landed up in a few of the interviews, but I know I got feedback from one employer only, but rest were ghosted. Like so many calls after first round or just an interview, basic interview call, I was ghosted, completely ghosted. So if I'm doing, keep following up with them, no update, and they are still hiring. So I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Where the difference is, because to your point, you had a great brand on your resume, you had
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And like so many people at the same time over the last 2 years, there were so many layoffs in HR. So it
Yeah.
makes it even
Yeah.
more competitive, to your point.
That's right.
Okay, you said when you joined, there was a big shift. So tell me more. What happened when you did finally make the decision to join HR Star?
Okay. I'm not sure if you remember or if you will go through our chat. I asked you one thing that do you work one on one? Because similar coaching program was a company reached out to me. They saw my profile and resume that I'm open to work. They reached out to me. They conducted a session there and they charged $7K for the entire thing. And that was something which I was like, it's such a big money loss for me.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And especially in a situation where you are not able to land in a job, you have family responsibilities, your spouse is in IT industry where uncertainties are going on and so many things were there. I reached out to them that if you can, partially refund my money and all that stuff has happened. But yeah, the gone is gone. So I just moved on, learned a lesson. I didn't look what happened there. But when I saw your conversation, your free masterclass, I found that you were not selling your product that time. You were just providing the information that how current market is working on, what are the lags, where are the blind spots are there. Even experienced HRs are failing because of blind spots. We get busy in our day-to-day office work. We don't look where current trends are going on. So you were discussing about those. I went through multiple your videos and conversations, and it was not selling one. Like, you are not selling your product. It was appealing that I should reach out to you. In that way it was selling. I was sold when I saw that you were providing how even experienced HR is working on so many struggles, and in recession period, how to restart your how to restart your journey where you have gaps, and you were talking about all that stuff. So that's where I sold, and I was like, okay, I'll reach out to you. And I asked that if you will conduct one-on-one, or there will be some other representative, the companies are doing, they take your data,
Other coaches.
and then so that was the one thing you said, no, I don't have any team or so, it's me and myself who work with the team. I attended your classes, and then we had our first session. So yeah, that was the start.
What made you decide? So that's so interesting. And I remember you sharing this with me, and I was so sad to hear this. And this has happened with a lot of people, where you invest in a coaching program and it doesn't work. And in your case, $7,000 is a lot of money for anyone. And you weren't even working, right? So not working and, that not working out, it makes it difficult to want to try again, because that's a bad experience. You've been burned in a sense. So you joined HR Star. And I remember one of the calls, like, I was shocked at one of the first calls when you shared. So what happened? Like, immediately after you joined, we met one-on-one, we went through your resume, we did your LinkedIn, we wrote your pitch. Like, walk me through what happened next.
Okay, so let's talk about the start and the impact of HR Star program, what has happened. The day I prepared my resume, I used 2 or 3 formats. Okay. I worked more with, like, I selected one, which was through Canva, the current one, which I'm using right now. And when I had call with you, you filled the gaps, you advised me to add more details in the numbers. Though I added numbers, I remember one of my leader, he always say this, that data speak your story. Numbers speak your story, no matter where you are putting, but the numbers catches quickly eyes. So I added, after your advice, you worked and I worked together on our resume, and it successfully worked on it. Now, the best thing about that format, I asked you one question, that in current trend, everyone says that you need to update your resume as per your job description. And I was spending hours and hours every single day to apply a job, preparing customized cover letter, customized resume, and then apply on the portal. Few job portals are easy to upload, but few are, you have to enter, re-enter, and enter your information.
It takes
So
time.
it was very time consuming.
But I told you to stop immediately. Yes?
Yes. That was the one thing. I never altered my resume after that. I just used it as it was for every single job I applied for. I got offer from one more company. So before I talk about this offer, I will speak
Something
about
happened
how
within 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
There was,
Yeah.
so break down. So you were applying for a year. We met, we added more
Yeah.
data, we updated the resume together. What happened within 24 hours?
So it was really good company. I just applied there and they called me, they scheduled interview. And that was the turning point. I'm like, I have been customizing my resumes back and forth, day and night, whenever I'm getting time from my kid and my family responsibilities. I'm working Indeed, LinkedIn, and other rest of the job portals to look. by the time, there was a time when jobs were not even refreshing. Like, I have applied for this, I have applied for this, applied for this. Every same job is keep repeating every single day and not getting responses. But when I used that resume for the first time, that was the only like turning point when company reached out to me. And company reached out to me. Trust me, I did not apply there.
Okay, I'm obsessed with this. When you told me, I almost fell out of my chair. And I remember looking back at the video and I looked like frozen because I'm like, that's amazing. Like, that's what I always hope happens. Of course,
Yeah.
that's 100% success rate. It's like you apply the first time in 24 hours, you instantly get a response. Very rare, but I love that that gave you the confidence to know, I didn't have to update my resume all of those nights, all of those times. I didn't have to update it all along. It's like you could really use one. And I know so many people look at me like, no, you really can't. I'm like, all of my clients literally end up using one resume. They do not update it after. Because when you create a resume that's working, you don't have to change it based on each and every opportunity. So I love that. Okay. So that gave you kind of an inkling like, something's working. And walk me through what happened next.
And as soon as I started HR program, before our call only, I went through your framework, like how you are supposed to prepare for your interviews. I started directly with the framework because I was supposed to prepare for interview rather than, going through how I'm supposed to update my LinkedIn profile and the entire chapters of the preparation. But
yeah, because it happened fast. Like you had
exactly.
to be interview ready all of a sudden in 24
exactly.
hours.
And I was having very much limited time. So I prepared according to the framework. It went through. At the time of decision, I was quite nervous because everything was in just a week of time. Everything went through in just week of time. I was waiting for the feedback. Feedback came positive. Unfortunately, I accepted the offer, but unfortunately, just after accepting offer, a week after, when they decided joining date and everything, they said that they are canceling the position. And that was again my breaking point. And I'm like, no, this cannot be true. I mean, where the destiny is going on. It is not about, putting so much hard work. It is about everything was breaking me emotionally. And
that's a roller coaster.
I don't even get into finances. I told you the story that you have wasted so much money, and that was something that I was looking after. Like, I need to gather myself. That time, I reached out to my ex-colleague who's again a good friend and a leader. So she helped me and she kept me motivated that, see, the market is in our uncertainty right now. If you can achieve what you had in past, then this is just a situation. So she
you proved
motivated
you
me
can
a
do
lot.
it now. Like you proved you can get interviews. You proved you can get an offer, and whatever happened on their end, you can't control. And it sucks. I mean, that's such an emotional roller coaster. You're all of a sudden being told yes, then it's taken. It's like the rug is taken from under you, right? They changed the story. So having the perseverance to even just know, okay, but I did this once, it will happen again, right?
Yeah.
It's easier said than done. Okay, so then you went back, you started applying again, right? So what happened next then?
So the day I got this email that the position has been cancelled, I celebrated that grief that whole day. And then next day I decided that it's done now.
Yes.
Let's move on. And it was the day when we used to have the start class. One of the team member was asking the question that after this call, they have interview with director of the company, and they asked a few questions. And one question from that conversation was something which I found, I never worked on this question. So I noted it and I worked on it, prepared it. I got call from one of the recruiter, and I think after 2 weeks of this happened, they sent me. Process was very, very fast. In between, I was keep applying for jobs, but I was not that active as I was in past, desperate. No, I was not desperate. I was working on my competencies. I wanted to make sure that I should not lag behind when I get an interview call. So I was preparing everything as per my framework. I was working on all the random possible questions which can be there. So I was attending class week by week, and just after a class, I got call from a recruiter in noon, and they said that they have one position. You want to go for it? And I was like, yeah. And that's how the current opportunity started to begin.
And you said it happened fast. So I love that. What often when you are ready. So I love that you took time to prepare, right? And you were like, okay, I'm not desperate anymore. I'm not flooding the market with my resume and being more selective. Now, often it takes 3 to 4 weeks for a recruiter to even call back from an application, right? That's typical. It's not 24 hours typically. So when you got that call, what was different about you this time? Having attended the HR star calls and using the frameworks and preparing in a new way, what was different going into this set of interviews?
So in this set of interview, when I started talking about the job and responsibilities, I went through the details. I found that this is really a perfect job according to me, which gives me growth. When recruiter specified these are the requirements, what they are looking for, they are in change management right now. The company has been taken over by other company. So how change management will be impacting, a lot of training will be required, a lot of cross-functional work will be required. And that was something I was just looking after this, that, oh yeah, it is pretty much similar to what I have done and what I can do. This is what my competency is. And that's how it started. I used the framework when I was preparing for interview. The recruiter shared what are the expectations during interview, what they are looking in a successful candidate. So I opened our framework, and I found that there were so many situational based questions. I have very limited exposure towards union. For example, I have a very limited exposure towards union experience, but how I'm supposed to use it when this is the actual experience where I'm supposed to show it. So I prepared it. I used your saved videos, and I went through the videos. I got data and information from there, prepared my framework as per my experience. And when every framework was ready, I prepared my pitch. So before interview, what class I attended was about pitch. So I was very focused on that, and I heard so many examples from our batchmates and understood that, okay, this is the point where I'm not able to work on. I need to work on this. And every small gap, in all the possible ways, I filled all those small blind spot and gap to make sure that I perform at best. Rest is their decision. I don't have control on that. And when I had interview, trust me, Irina, like there was no question I was not able to answer. Like with examples, with a good story, with a good pitch. And in 3 hours only, I got verbal feedback. Like the official feedback was on Monday, but the verbal feedback was given to the recruiter just in 3 hours of time. So that was something which really worked for me. And I'm not joking. If we look at the timeline, today is 13th of June. We had our call on 27th of April. So, finding
in
that
under
gap and
60
working on that.
days
Yeah.
to go to an offer.
Yeah.
To get calls after not getting them for so long without changing your resume. I mean, this is incredible. And this is why I wanted to celebrate with you. It's so exciting. And I know on your end, there was heartbreak along the way, like, of course, right? But 60 days to an offer is incredible. So I heard some of your ahas. It was like not updating your resume anymore.
Yeah.
Feeling more prepared, having frameworks for the interview, hearing from other members inside of HR Star, how they answer questions, even the questions they were asked in interviews, so that you could be more prepared. And how did you show up differently in this set of interviews than in your past?
There was a lot of difference because when we are answering questions, we have star format, which we always follow. But even that star format, how we can frame our answer, which is, not even missing any part of your story. So that's how you are supposed to prepare your prescribed, concise pitch that provides a start to end journey of that question which what has been asked. So that really helped me when I was successful in this interview. Previously, I was able to answer, but some blind spots are always there. So because of that, I would say that I wasn't successful enough. So yeah.
I love that shift. And, most people say, like, I'm already using the STAR method, but it's how you apply it is
Yes.
different.
Working on the pitch was really, really helped me. Again and again, standing in front of a mirror, if this question comes, how I'm supposed to answer, your confidence. So yeah, that really helped. That boosted my confidence to perform when I'm interviewing with somebody.
I love that. That's my favorite comment, hearing the confidence shift going into interviews. Like, I am ready and here's who I am and here's my pitch. And I love that you said you also knew you were the perfect fit from looking at the job description. So I bet that felt really, really good too. So let's talk about some additional results. What are you the most proud of achieving inside of the program? You've had so many successes, so many wins, also like a roller coaster ride. What are you most proud of today?
I felt that I could value myself again, to be very honest. It's a lot for me because, I started my working life, my career back in 2013. And since then, I'm continuously working, having a baby, going through the maternity journey. And again, now when life is back on track, you want to go back. You are not able to get a path where you want to go. And this program really helped me to focus on what you are. And one thing I would say, in market, when you are not having job, people advise you that, okay, go for this role. Right now, you just need this role. So just, apply for...
Take anything.
apply for junior roles, apply for what you don't know. But I valued myself through this program, and yeah, my confidence came back, to be very honest. I was like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And then they saw it and you got the offer, right? So I love that so, so much. Now, you shared early on in the call that we connected months before you decided to join HR Star. You thought it was interesting, but you've been burned by another investment in a different coaching program that didn't end up working out the way you wanted. And what made the decision for you to go for it, to try it again? Like, how did you know you wanted to try again?
Charges of your class, definitely. It's, as I said, that burned out. But so arranging the amount. And I said that, do you have any buyback, like a refund or that policy? You said, no, I will definitely work with you just in case you don't get a job in 90 days. And I was like, there are no chances I'll be getting job in 90 days. And look where we are right now.
Wow. And then you did it in 60 days. I love that so much. I love that and it's normal to question it after you've been searching for a year, to think like, I've already tried everything. Trust me, it's not going to work. You did it anyway. What would you tell someone who's trying to make that decision right now, who's on the fence? They're like, I tried everything. I'm already using the STAR approach. I've already revamped my resume. I've already been searching for a year. There's no way I'm going to find a job in 90 days. Like, what would you tell them?
Buddy, you are there where I just came out from that shoe. So I know your frustration, your mental breakdown, your financial breakdown. I understand few of the people who are on work permit. It's really essential to get job, no matter if they are on work permit or residential visa or PR. Could be anything. But, end of the day, you have to pay your bills. Just stay motivated. I know I have broke down thousands of times. I have cried. I have restarted, moved on. But make sure when you are preparing for any interview, first of all, believe in yourself, because if you have achieved in past, this is the advice which was given by my leader, my colleague. If you have achieved in past in very competitive environment, then you can achieve it today as well. So just have first gain that confidence again, value yourself, work on your resume, and look for the job which is completely a good fit for you. I understand because of financial breakdown or emotional breakdown, or just you want to restart from somewhere, you want to land in a job. But if that is not working out, stay focused and look for similar roles. Market is very, very competitive. I really understand this. But this framework, the STAR program, is something which will not let you fail when you are interviewing. If you will not prepare yourself enough, then there are chances you will not be successful in interview. But if you are preparing, finding those blind spots and small gaps, you will be able to achieve and you will be able to succeed that interview. It might take some time because, as I said, that I got offer and position got cancelled. That's not something which I can control. But what I can control is my preparation.
That's right.
How I'm supposed to prepare my pitch. That's all I would say.
Exactly. You took the chance. You invested in yourself. You did everything that the framework requires. You worked, you prepared, and when the opportunity came, you were ready and you were confident. So I love that. Last question for you. What would you tell your past self before you joined HR Star? What's like the one piece of advice you would have given your past self when you didn't know you were going to get an offer like you did?
That's a different kind of question. So if I look for like past self, it was not confident enough. As I said that, oh, she's talking about 90 days. Nowhere I can get a job in 90 days. So that's something where we need to switch our confidence. Oh, if she's saying 90 days, then this program must be having something that really will help us in getting a job. And I'm the example who started job search back in March 2024. Now we are in June 2025. So looking backward and moving forward is something which really helped me that, yeah, this is really possible. And gather yourself in a positive mindset. Switching mindset is really, really important.
It is. The way I like to say it is when you join, it's day one, right? It's the new start of a new chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad that you had the validation super early on to know, oh, this is a new chapter. I'm doing things differently. I'm trying a different approach. I'm using a different resume. I'm not changing it all the time. And people are starting to notice and they're calling. So I love that. And I love that your confidence has gone up in the journey as well. Any final words, anything that you wanted to say that I maybe missed, I didn't ask you about, anything else you wanted to share?
I don't have anything. If you have missed anything, it's just that I was overwhelmed when I started this program with so many things. A lot of negative mindset, lack of confidence. I was just sitting blindly, spending hours on LinkedIn. I tell you, my LinkedIn screen time was 70% on my phone. That used to be like 5-6 hours, a lot, like spending only on this. And Indeed is different, other portals are different. So I was in that situation, coming out of negative, or I would say, not comfortable mindset. We need to come out. So you really helped me in that. And after our first session, our one session only, I had that confidence, that something will turn in those 90 days and I will need, because a job seeker is the desperate one who needs to get a job. So your program really helped me in shaping up my preparation. See, everyone prepare for interview, but shaping up that, preparing every scenario, every aspect of that interview, presenting yourself, working on pitch, getting those examples with the data, how proactive approach works in entire framework really helps everybody. When I started preparing for those interviews, that's where I got my confidence back. Oh, yeah, I can do this. See, it's very simple. Just need to work on this. Always take 3, 4 questions, work on it, prepare them, prepare the pitch, ask questions. So this is something really helped a lot. I boosted positivity that I'll get a job. And thank you so much, Irina, for conducting those classes. And if anybody is looking for such help, it's a real story, I would say. A person who had good background in HR for 8+ years, sitting at home because of layoff, and almost 1.5 year has passed looking for jobs. After applying all the resources, burnt out money, burnt out emotionally, financially, looking after family responsibilities. If I can get this, I think you are the better person who can get this.
Wow, that's a powerful message.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to watch you thrive, like from that very first call where you shared the incredible news and I almost fell out of my chair, to staying resilient when an offer was retracted, to trusting in the possibility, right? That takes a lot. And it starts with your mindset, like you said. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
A little thing about this current role. This current role is not something I have done in past. So I would say it's a new learning, new exposure, new work with more responsibilities. And definitely, if I talk about salary wise, it is better than what I was getting.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. After a layoff, more salary growth. So what's next for you? You're starting the new role in a couple weeks. What are you most excited about?
I'm excited about my responsibilities. So manager asked me a question about 13, 60, 90 days plan. And that's where I had prepared the framework. I asked them that what are your challenges which this role should prioritize. And when they gave me entire data, I used that conversation and prepared instant pitch and used it that these are the challenges which I'll be focusing on 30 days about my learning, training, getting used to with system and everything in next 60 days, transitioning those work and knowledge in day-to-day business, and 90 days is somewhere where can work independently. So such framework really, really helped me when I was able to answer this 30, 60, 90 days of switch.
I love that. So great that I love that module because it's like beyond the offer. It's like you're thinking about what will you actually do in the role, and it's so exciting. And that's such a common final interview question where people are like, well, okay, say we hire you, like, what are you actually going to do? And you were prepared, you had the framework, and I love that you were able to dig in what their challenges were, connect the dots for them, and it obviously worked well. I'm so excited to see you in this next chapter. Congratulations again. And please stay in touch. Keep me updated on how your new and exciting growth role is going. And I just can't wait to see you thrive.
Thank you so much, Irina, for this journey. It was definitely less than 60 days, which you claim 90 days. But yeah, there are a few examples. Before 60 days only, I was able to get a job. I had attended, I think, 4 or 5 star classes only. So that really helped. The entire journey was really filled with positivity, to be very honest. And that was a mind shift change and switch, I would say. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot for helping me out.
Welcome. My pleasure. This is exactly why I love doing it, to see this big smile on your face right now and for you to be landing in this role. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm sure you've inspired so many others.
Yeah.
And I will speak to you very soon. Have a beautiful weekend.
We'll stay in touch and I'll keep you updated.
Thank you so much. Hey, before you go, if you've enjoyed listening to today's show, I would love your support. please take a moment to leave a review anywhere where you listen to podcasts. And here's the exciting part. I'm running a special contest and giving away a one-on-one session with yours truly. All you have to do is leave a review, take a screenshot, and send it to me in my DMs. All of my contact info is in the show notes. I appreciate you so much, and I cannot wait to build the career and life that you've been craving together. See you next week.